if we can go through the 2 lots of the Stargate, then you've got all the meanings of those cards as well. At some stage between now and the next month or so, when we do this again, it could be an idea on the website, on the tarot page, all these maps are there. It would be nice to cover some of those maps with you so that you can practice just laying out the actual maps and seeing what falls where and just taking photographs of them. Because that 10 of Wands is definitely moving. Can you see that at the bottom? The Ace of Swords is showing up as part of your body. So these are also body things. So the Ace of Swords is showing up. It could be a form of contraception because it very often in that position, it's an IUD, interestingly enough. It's not terrible. It's not problematic. But when you're looking at the body with the Malkut, which is the one at the very bottom there that you can see, and don't worry about this language, Jackie, you'll get it. Malkut is the first one on the table. Victoria, can you put your finger on Malkut? So that represents earth, and also bodily, it represents feet and knees. So it's associated with the world card, so it's the living environment or where you are. That's how come I get the moving. The 10 of Wands is like is chucking stuff on your back and carrying it from one place to another. The 10 of Wands is also going to take up when you've got a lot of responsibilities. Now, the Ace of Swords falls in the area that's got to do with the hips and the genitals and the lower gut, the colon and the bowel. That's what that is. It's particularly that area. So that's why it's looking not problematic. The Ace of Swords in this particular instance is not traumatic. It's looking as if she's either getting a designer vagina. Don't kid yourself, you'll see them. Or there is a splinter or something very sharp associated with, it can also be, there's no sign of an accident on the table. So it's not breaking a coccyx. There's nothing broken. It can also be a tattoo that's happening on. She might be getting a piercing on her clitoris. You've got to be able to say this to your person. Then when you have a look at the sphere of a hood, can you put your finger on the sphere of hood, please? And by the way, where the Ace of Swords is associated with the planet of the moon. Hood is on the left-hand side there, and it's got the Judgment card on there, which is really interesting because Hood, that particular place, represents long and short journeys and the field of communication, because its planetary association is Mercury. So with the Judgment card there, it's lovely. It's like a feeling of awakening, freedom. It's refreshing. It's revitalizing. It's like you've been dead and you're coming awake again. So it's language, fabulous. It's fascinating. It's very refreshing where that fits. So Judgment is absolutely change, but in the sphere of Mercury, long and short journeys of communication, it's a change of language or change of place will revitalize the person. Then you look across to the other side where the Wheel of Fortune is. The Wheel of Fortune is in a sphere called Netzach, which is associated with the planet Venus, and it represents a person's sex life. It represents parenthood. It also represents motherhood or a mother or being woman particularly. And what the Wheel of Fortune says, same as. So it's not really saying anything. But you see how when I look, I'm seeing the 10 of Wands first, and then I'm seeing the 4 of Swords. And with the Judgment card, I get a really strong hit. You see all those 4 there. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment card, 4 of Swords, Ace of Swords, and 10 of Wands. And this person is going to be so busy, but that when the 4 of Swords comes, it's in the center, which is Tiferet, which rules the self. They're going to rest. There's a huge difference between, almost opposites between the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. There is a sense with the Knight of Swords of willpower associated with the difference between the two. So sometimes when a person's switched on, they don't know how to switch off. So it takes an act of will for that to happen. When I look across at Chesed, which is associated with Jupiter, that's where the 7 of Pentacles is, there is an increase to finances. Now, it doesn't tell us if it's an increase coming in or an increase going out. There's no indication that it's money coming in because there's no Ace of Pentacles anywhere and there's nothing else. but there is a strong indication that there's some form of growth associated with the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, philosophy, education. So but the pentacles show there's a growth to do with finances, which is very productive. Temperance card, which is associated with Chiron or Chiron, is the throat area. Four of Swords, by the way, is the center of self. So it includes your stomach, your adrenals, your guts, your intestine, etc. So there's no problems there whatsoever. We can be looking with the Seven of Pentacles if there was a health problem, and there isn't a health. Too much debt, too much. Jupiter out of balance is too much of anything. And so it can be problematic. But there's nothing else on the table with this particular map to indicate problems. If there was, I would say so, and I'd be really conscious of that card that was a problematic one, and there isn't one. In the sphere of Gevurah, which is associated with Mars, the Three of Swords, says there's a separation in the family yet to come. Then the Eight of Pentacles sitting in the top part of we're not really looking at the body because there's nothing else body-wise that really matters on here. The Eight of Pentacles is working within an institutional body. Government, hospital, educational, bank, church, but it's an institutional body. So there is work for this person, but not yet. And that work will be in an institutional body. Very definitely. And it's not, there's nothing unstable about that. The Two of Wands is interesting. The Two of Wands is in the sphere of Hokmah, which is associated with the planet Uranus. And that is a city. That's all it says. It's a city where there's a lot of technology of influence. The Temperance card is just a key, is called the key, because that's what it is. And whereas the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands is shoulders or the upper part of the back. Can be the jaw as well, but there's nothing in here to do with teeth. Teeth is going to be a Page of Wands is going to turn up with the Judgment card. That's always teeth. The Page of Cups is either a child that is a water sign child, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, in the sphere of the head. And the child is not always a biological child. It can be a new idea. And the child in this particular instance being a Page of Cups, the new idea would be artistic, because the Page of Cups represents the essence of art, particularly when it's associated with the Temperance card. As we mentioned before, the Temperance card is alchemy and art. So what I'm looking at is very soft. It's a very soft map. There's nothing harsh, there's nothing cruel, there's nothing to write home about and get freaked out about. It's a very kind map. And the Temperance card being the key that's sitting in there is the healing element, which is what Chiron is, the great balancer. It's very much a card of like taking both sides in an argument, where you're the mediator in the middle. It's the idea of a seesaw, or even the stick, a person doing a high wire act. Keeping that balance is a fine thing. And if it's associated with art, or if it's associated with kids, it's just a matter of like keeping that balance, not losing the balance, not going too far into being an austere person, not going too soft as well. So my question, of course, would be to Victoria in this instance is, do they have a water sign child, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio child? And if not, then this is not what that is. Is that, do you have a water sign child?
Harry Scorpio.
Okay, well then it does relate to that person, probably, more than likely. And it's in your head. So there would be a form of head tripping. There could be my brain can't deal with this, or enlightenment can also be the way. But there's also this balancing act takes place with the Temperance card. And also this could be that person's entire reading and not for you at all.
Yeah.
Okay. How old is this person?
It's 18.
So is this person going through an emotional separation yet?
Well, I mean, he's been, fairly distant since he was sort of 15. So I'm not sure if he has he tells me there's no girl at the moment. I don't know if there's something going on there.
But it could also be the separation between you and that person.
Yeah.
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 Okay. In which case, it's just information, and there's nothing in there to freak you out or the reader either. And when I can look at a map like that and not seeing anything that's really freaking me out, that's the information I'll then give to you. So that it's a block of information, even though I can take it to pieces, I can then look at the whole thing and go, where is there a major drama? There isn't one. Even the Three of Swords is not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because there's no tower, there's no death, there's no devil card, there's no major freak outs, and there's no Eight of Swords. There's nothing like that to freak me out or to make me even question that it's disharmonious. It's not. Okay. It's just is what it is. What's your star sign, Jackie?
Capricorn.
Okay, because the first thing I've looked at is the Queen of Pentacles. See that? In Keter.
Ah, up here.
And so I've asked the client what their star sign is, and they've come back with Capricorn, which of course is an earth sign. So that tells me that the person concerned I'm reading for is likely to be an earth sign person, and also because of the placement of the Queen of Pentacles, they're cerebral. So they think they're a thinking person rather than a feeling person. You'll hear people talk by the way they say, I think this is going to happen. I believe this is going to happen. I feel this is going to happen. They're three separate kind of people. Remember that. It's really worth remembering that. Okay.
Yes, that's kind of like the NLP, isn't it?
This particular card, if I looked at a Malkut, it's seeing the living environment as being pretty cool. That's the Knight of Cups. Pretty cool. It's just easy going. The Knight of Cups is always easy. The Ten of Swords, however, in the sphere of Yesod, is pain. There is pain for this person in the lower back or the genitals or the ovaries or the belly or the gut.
This is interesting. Is this right now? Because I've just come back from hockey and my lower back is fucking killing me. Like I ran a bath, saw my text and thought, shit, it's laws there. So yeah. So can it be instantaneous? I hope so.
It could be right now. The other thing of influence where the Emperor card falls in the sphere of self, so there's dealings in here with fathers and fatherhood in this particular instance, and also the Emperor card can be associated with institutional bodies. So it can also, and I'm saying can because I know better when a person's in front of me, but in this instance where we're discussing it. So the Emperor card could in the sphere of Netzach, which has got to do with motherhood and women's bodies in here, could be you getting treatment for menopause, ovarian problems, situations to do with your own father or fatherhood or a father, dealings with mother-father dynamic is always associated with that. It can also be, it's nothing else. Okay, let's have a look at the other side, which is Hood. Okay, that's Two of Wands in Hood, which has got to do with long and short journeys, which is associated with Mercury, is a place. It's the city. Doesn't say which city, but what it does indicate is that the person who's reading this has to travel to the city because they're not in it. Otherwise, it'd be in Malkut. There's a journey to the city, and it feels quite fine. In the sphere of Tiferet, which is associated with the sun, which represents the self, we have a Four of Cups, which is an opportunity or an offer that comes out of the blue. That's yet to come. It's not a bodily function. It's actually from out. So there's both with this tree of life spread or the map or the Stargate, there's both genetic and epigenetic phenomenon taking place in here. So it's absolutely, this is opening you up to a whole deal around health and fitness, but be fucked if it's got anything to do with Orthodox medicine, because it doesn't, because the Seven of Cups is in there. The Seven of Cups is in the sphere of orthodoxy or institutionals, and Seven of Cups is like, wow, bullshit, yeah, fuck, I don't care.
It's me.
Yep, right. The King of Pentacles in the sphere of Deborah, which is associated with Mars, shows you as being the man of the house. Does that I mean, I don't even like saying it, but does that make sense?
That I am.
You're the head of the household.
Well, I like to think so.
Well, you are. Simple. Now, the Ace of Pentacles that's really interesting is an opportunity that's going to come your way, or there is money available because it's sitting in the sphere of Jupiter. So there is money available, but you don't know about it yet because of the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, it comes out of the blue, or it's not coming from where you're looking at.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's for certain. However, there is a lot of work and interesting material being done in the sphere of technologies, because just above the Ace of Pentacles, ruled by Uranus, and Uranus rules technologies, is the Three of Pentacles. So you're getting your software, or you're getting your server, or you're getting all that organized. That's nothing to do with the actual content of your website, nothing to do with the content so much as the practicalities of setting it all up.
Okay.
Yeah, really importantly so. And the Strength card is just literally keep it strong, keep it fit, keep fit. That's all. You're going to be keeping fit. That's there. Or get a dog, one or the other. It's like, because the Strength card can also be four-legged people, not two-legged
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
And the Queen of Pentacles falling in the sphere of the outcome is you are your own outcome. So it's if that reading is for you, it's really, again, very productive and positive. But the Seven of Cups is what draws my attention.
Okay.
I'm usually, I mean, it's a strange one to be drawn. My attention is drawn to problematic news,
Yeah.
which is the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups.
Okay.
The Seven of Cups can, away from this map, represent marijuana or pot.
Uh-huh.
It can also represent delusions, particularly if it falls in the Moon card, it's going to be a form of craziness.
Uh-huh.
But because it's falling in the sphere, it doesn't have any extra cards to go with it in the sphere of Saturn. See, what is the planet associated with where the Seven of Cups is Saturn. And Saturn defines your limitations. And that's why it falls in where institutions are concerned, government, hospital, educational bodies, just institutions in general. And it's like, for example, in Australia, the AMA gives us a food pyramid.
Yeah.
That's a Seven of Cups, isn't it? Wank.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how that works straight away. Okay. And then there's also, you're going to be getting also, I get a strong hit with that Three of Pentacles that you're going to have a shoulder checked up on.
Okay. Where's the Three of Pentacles?
Up on the two.
Oh, yeah.
You get that's their shoulders, or in this particular instance, it comes through as either having a frozen shoulder or getting a shoulder checked up on.
Okay. What planet is that associated with?
Uranus. And the very final card is associated with Neptune. But with a person in there, I don't take any notice of the star of the planetary aspects. I don't always take notice of the planetary aspects. They're just
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
it's as a person, the person doesn't represent that. Or
Yes.
if it was someone who, another Queen of Pentacles, if it was another Earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, with the sphere of Neptune, it can be somebody who's famous.
Uh-huh.
Or
Would you say it'd be beneficial to understand the qualities of each planet?
oh, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. And the qualities of each astrological sign. Please. Once you've got all that, you've got a package, and then you can do jazz, but you can't do jazz unless you learn your scales.